I'm truly honored to be back at the Privacy, Security, and Trust Industry Summit among so many of Canada's most respected cyber leaders, people who frankly know this domain inside and out. And thank you again to Ali and Sajan and the team for the invitation. I don't have slides, nothing fancy. Hate to be held accountable for anything I say, as I say to my colleagues. So bear with me. As someone who spends her days at the intersection of policy, technology, and public trust, I appreciate the chance to engage in this room that is shaping not just the future of cybersecurity, but the very direction of our digital economy. Last year, from this stage, I spoke about the promise of integrating advanced threat intelligence. Today, I want to evolve that conversation from promise to practice. I want to talk about what we've heard, what we've seen, and what we've done in the face of rapidly mutating threats. The question is no longer just how do we build resilience, but how do we build it against adversaries that are increasingly automate, exhibit human-like behavior, and are more devious than ever before. At Mastercard, our perspective is shaped by a global network with 10 billion endpoints. Behind the seamless experience of every tap, chip, or online checkout is a relentless, unseen battle to earn and sustain consumer and business trust, your trust. But the nature of that battle is changing. The front line is no longer just the network firewall, it's the human mind. Social engineering has become the dominant entry point for cyber attacks. It's not just a tactic, it's an industry. And it's no surprise that financial institutions are the prime target. In over 20% of phishing kits, attackers specifically impersonated banks or payment brands. We're seeing cyber criminals use social media as their own open source intelligence service, conducting detailed reconnaissance to identify vulnerable targets and craft sophisticated Gen AI powered and personalized attacks. They're not just impersonating brands. They're impersonating the identities of trusted individuals in their targets' lives, like leaders or siblings or friends and coworkers. We've seen real-world examples of senior leaders being impersonated on platforms like WhatsApp to direct fraudulent payments. This isn't about a lack of awareness. It's about the industrial scale exploitation of human trust. For this audience, I don't need to quote statistics on the rising cost of cybercrime. You live it every day. What's more valuable is to discuss the anatomy of the threats we're seeing right now. Technology is a double-edged sword. While we build better defenses, threat actors are weaponizing convenience and trust with alarming speed. There are 5 trends hitting our networks and our customers So this is the industry perspective, which overlaps somewhat of the government's perspective, as shared earlier. The first trend we are seeing, the global standard of multi-factor authentication is being actively undermined. We're seeing a surge in phishing as a service kits readily available on the dark web. They use an adversary in the middle proxy to intercept one-time passcodes and session cookies. So multi-factor authentication is still critical, but it's no longer our silver bullet. Second, the convenience of a QR code login or payment is being turned against us. Attackers are deploying malicious QR codes in public spaces and emails, and without rigorous training, even savvy users can be tricked into scanning and navigating to a credential harvesting site. The third trend, as we all know, we've heard earlier, we'll hear throughout the day, the era of generative AI-driven voice phishing is here. More than 25% of executives report their organizations have already faced a deep fake incident targeting their finances. The technology to clone a voice from a small audio sample is now trivial to access, making urgent fraudulent requests from a boss or a colleague terrifyingly convincing. Fourth, threat actors are positioning the well of information that we trust most, search engines. They are creating fake websites stuffed with banking and payment keywords, using search engine optimization tricks to ensure their malicious site appears above the official one in search sites and results. And the fifth trend that we are seeing is the classic phishing email remains a potent vector. But attackers are constantly adapting the file formats they use to deliver malware, staying one step ahead of traditional signature-based detection. And we saw this at the CIC yesterday. So how do we fight back? The era of relying on siloed information is over. Our greatest strength lies in connecting the dots. And this is where platforms like Recorded Future have become indispensable. As we at Mastercard actively integrate Recorded Future's real-time threat intelligence into our global network, we are moving from a defensive posture to proactive threat hunting. We now have visibility into the dark web forums where phishing as a service kits are sold. We can track the infrastructure used for the QR code phishing campaigns. We can identify search optimization poisoning attacks as they happen. This commitment to successful collaboration isn't just theoretical. Just last week, we had the privilege of hosting Rajiv, who you just heard from, at our Global Intelligence and Cyber Center of Excellence in Vancouver. It was more than a tour. It was a crucial dialogue about the threats we all face. We discussed the rise of AI-enabled cybercrime and the absolute necessity of public-private partnership to build a resilient Canada. We were proud to showcase how our Global Intelligence and Cyber Center of Excellence has become a center of gravity for the work we do at Mastercard. We've created over 350 high-tech jobs. We've secured over 260 technology patents developed by Canadians, Canadian technology being deployed commercially globally. Decision Intelligence Pro, a tool developed out of our Vancouver office, uses generative AI to analyze over 1 trillion data points in real time, assessing the complex relationships between multiple entities surrounding a transaction to determine its risk. This improves fraud detection rates by over 20% as compared to our previous model, and reduces false positives by over 85%. This not only protects consumers, but also builds trust in the entire payments network. Similarly, Mastercard Identity Solutions links person, device, behavior, and payment insights into a network to generate risk signals, helping businesses safeguard against fraud, onboarding legitimate customers, and provides seamless transaction experience for you. This is the evolution from theory to practice. It's about fusing global, cross-border, real-time intelligence with on-the-ground Canadian innovation. And that spirit of innovation extends across the country. As President Mazarol said earlier, the Cyber Attribution Data Center here at the University of New Brunswick is just another world-class model for how collaboration between academia, industry, and government accelerates our shared intelligence. This is the foundation that allows Canadian fintechs, AI startups, and security innovators to thrive on a global stage. If there is a silver lining in the arms race, it's that the same innovation that powers cybercrime is also enabling us to fight back smarter. Real-time threat intelligence, federated learning, continuous authentication, AI-powered fraud detection. These are the building blocks of a more resilient, more prosperous digital economy. But the biggest takeaway is this: trust is earned, not assumed. It's built through transparency, collaboration, and unwavering commitment to outpacing our adversaries. So as we look ahead, let's embrace the opportunity to lead here in Canada, not just in defending threats, but in redefining what's possible through digital trust. Thank you, and I look forward to the rest of the day with you.